All right. Well, guys, welcome to this edition, the July 23rd edition of the Rally Community Call. Really excited to have you guys. Happy Friday. It's been 2 weeks since we've gotten down on this, which is awesome. So I'm going to go run down right through the agenda real fast. We have Miguel Villas with the Coinbase Coinlist update and the liquidity update that was appointed by the community. We have the Q2 go-to-market update from Brimner Morris. We have a creative interview with Wow Coin, Naomi, and Mar. They have a really cool video to show us about them giving back their rally rewards to villagers in Peru, and some other updates that they have for the rest of the year with their coin, which is really exciting. So we'll have a small Q&A for that, and then we're going to send it over to Mike with the KPIs and Q&A, and then any Q&A from you guys as well in the community. So I'm going to kick it over to Miguel to start it off.
Thank you, Grant. Yeah, so exciting times over the last 8 days. I'm sure everybody saw the news. ROI is now on Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, Coinlist, Coinlist Pro, and CoinW. A bit of a surprise, if I'm being honest. I think I mentioned this in the Discord chat. I was expecting this sometime in September, and Coinbase came back and said they wanted to speed things up, which I think is a wonderful omen. You know, liquidity there is no downside to liquidity. It's wonderful to have, but I think important to kind of double click on why this is key, right? This now puts Rally on one of the biggest cryptocurrency platforms in the world, which means more exposure to the Rally network, more access for folks who want to enter creator coin economies. And then I think the third thing here, which is going to be helpful for my job, which this makes my job easier now in terms of getting ROI on other exchanges, on other platforms. I think it's a kind of a sea change, a seminal moment in the development of the liquidity profile for ROI. So I'm pretty excited about it. If anybody has any other questions, if anybody has anything you want to talk about, obviously I'm here for Q&A. But yeah, all good things. All good things.
Very exciting. Thank you, Miguel.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, let me go ahead and kick it over to Brimner for the Q2 go-to-market update.
Awesome. Thanks everybody for taking the time to listen in on the Q2 go-to-market update, and hopefully you had a chance to read the posts in the forums. So hopefully no new news here, but as I mentioned when I first joined the project, the time is really now for the Rally community to invest heavily in go-to-market. We have a really strong product, really great foundation as an organization and as a community, and some really great creators that have already adopted the Rally capabilities. And now it's time to really expand the exposure to the Rally project across a wider swath of creators, fans, and crypto enthusiasts. So Q2 was really a quarter of building the foundation for go-to-market. When I joined, there really wasn't a foundation across our brand, across our website, across our content channels that would allow us to start investing in these various different initiatives. And so the things that we worked on over the past quarter were, one, expanding the core team at Rally so that we could grow the number of creators that we were working with, and also expand the types of capabilities that we were offering to creators. And I'll talk about that in a second. The second was that we brought on a leading content and brand marketing organization. They go by ACE/Anomaly. So they're two entities that are associated with each other. They're sister companies, but they're one of the leading marketing agencies in the world. And they are the agency of record with organizations like Nike, YouTube, and others. And they've been working with us to build the brand foundation, create a new visual identity, relaunch the Rally.io website, help us define the target profile for creators that we're going after, and develop the communication strategy. And so what we've seen so far is that there has been a surge in creator launches. So we've ended Q2 with 149 creators, which is up from 55 creators at the end of Q1. And we've had some notable creators across a wide variety of different categories: gaming, TikTok, wrestling, as many people saw, tech influencers, and those are just to name a few. We've had a lot of adoption across a wide variety of different categories. So I'll dive into the specific work streams that we focused on over this quarter. So first thing was, when I first joined the project, we recognized that our brand didn't necessarily capture the ethos of the various different creative communities that we were looking to work with. So a core focus for Rally was developing a brand message that could span across all various different types of creative communities. So we built a brand foundation, a narrative, and a new visual identity, which we shared in May. And will be coming out more broadly with our website relaunch in October of 2021. And then we are building creator guidelines off of this brand foundation so that all of the creators that work with Rally can use all of this great, as many people have called it, artwork, which I actually think is a really great compliment for brand foundational work. But everybody can use this artwork to better tell the story of Rally and use it in your own social channels and your own engagements with your fans. And so this was really setting the foundation to then inform a lot of the ongoing campaigns and also give us the collateral that we needed to inform the campaigns that we'll be launching in Q3. So if we go to the next slide. The other thing that we really wanted to focus in on was defining who are the target creators that are best served by Rally's capabilities and that would best leverage a creator coin. And so on the creator partnership side of things, so this is Nick's team that I'll talk about in a second, they defined 4 tiers of creators that they're going after. Icons, which are really tier 1 celebrities with a massive global audience and community. Trailblazers, which are famous and well-known, but within a particular niche that would ultimately educate folks within that specific community about the benefits of creator coin. And then established digital creators with large engaged audiences, and emerging creators who may be lesser known, but have very specific and genre specific fan bases that are very engaged in what they do. And so we're really prioritizing outreach within each of these various different categories across the creator partnerships team, so that we're not just focusing on the largest creators in the world, and we're also just not focusing on the folks that are kind of on the emerging path, but we want to have a platform that stretches to global icons and also serves folks that are more in the emerging segment of their creative career. On the marketing side, in order to support the creator partnerships team, we've been identifying the key audiences across the various different verticals that we're targeting that would be ripe for education around Rally. And so this is more like broad-based buckets of individuals who likely are going to be crypto enthusiastic, both as creators and as fans. Because as you know, when you're doing marketing, it's not a targeted outreach like the creator partnerships team can do. You can't name the creators that you're going after. You're going after a wider net, or you're setting a wider net. So we're thinking about what are the broader buckets that we're going after, and what audiences would resonate with the Rally proposition. Based on that, we're then developing a communication strategy. What is the type of content that we need to be putting in front of these audiences in order to educate them about the value of crypto and the value of creator coins? And then from there, mapping out tactical content pieces in an actual calendar that I'll share probably in the next couple of weeks around what are the various different content initiatives that we're going to invest in order to educate folks within these key audiences. So you can see it's sort of a two-pronged approach across the target profile. We're kind of providing air cover from a marketing standpoint and then doing much more targeted outreach via the creator partnerships team. So if we go to the next slide. And based on that, one of the things that we identified is that in order to get in front of creators, we needed to build a proactive creator outreach strategy. So a few weeks ago, we heard from Nick Millman, who is Rally's VP of Creator Partnerships, who since joining the project in about February/March, brought on a team of 8 industry veterans with extensive experience and deep relationships with talent and creators within specific categories, including gaming, fine art, music, and entertainment. And since bringing on that team, they've outreached to more than 500 creators, ranging from emerging artists to some of the largest, global icons in the world. And right now we have about 120 active creator conversations that are in some moment of our pipeline tracking towards a launch. So a lot of great work there. Secondly, one of the things that we identified is that we already had an inbound funnel, but we really needed to improve the inbound funnel and also drive greater top of funnel by helping get Rally's name out in front of more and more creators. So happy to report that the website traffic went up by about 57% from May to June, and the quality inbound creator applications were about 50 creators that we thought would be a good fit for creator coins in May. And by end of June, we're having about 150 creators applying per month. And that represents a 33% qualification out of the total number of applications per month, which is obviously, as you can see, a distinct shift in the quality of creators that are signing up to this VIP application form. And then, as has been noted in the Discord community, obviously we have a lot of top of funnel opportunity, and is it translating yet into launches? And we recognize that there's been some friction in the process of working people from application all the way through to launch. So one of the things that was critical to smooth that process was launching a new CRM system, HubSpot, which is now the foundation of a self-service funnel that we're in the process of building out. And we actually have a manually automated process right now to onboard creators that are coming through the VIP funnel. So you'll also see an increase in the velocity of creator launches going into Q3 based on a lot of the back-end work that the partnerships team has done, as well as the business operations team at Rally, and then the creator success team. And you heard from Stephanie a couple of weeks ago about the work that they're doing. So the other things that we've been focusing on are producing educational and inspirational content. And there are some things that you've seen that we've really ratcheted up going into Q2. So the Rally blog and newsletter is now featuring weekly project updates, including new creator coin launches, creator innovative use cases, industry news, and thought leadership. And we've seen an increase in the readership of the Rally blog and the newsletter. We now have a bi-weekly Rally community call, which was existing beforehand, but you can tell that we've changed the tenor of that community call with creator interviews and also deep dives into aspects of the project. And then now we have also a monthly Rally creator call where we're bringing creators together to talk about innovative use cases, new product features, hearing back from the creator community about what would be a beneficial investment from the Rally project. And then upcoming, we're planning on launching educational content and creator case studies. So having more of a cadence on the blog and with video content that educates folks who are sort of just curious about what's going on at Rally by really elevating some of the exciting things that creators are doing on the platform today. So you'll see some of that coming out in the near future. If we go to the next slide. The other thing that we recognized was that there was a gap in the product marketing that we were doing to creators and also to their fans. There was a lot of sort of manual work to get people up to speed around what was coming out from a product standpoint on a consistent basis. And you can see across all these various different initiatives, consistent product releases via Discord, highlighting new products and use cases built by third parties and creator-only meetups. Launching the NFT beta use cases and getting creators onboarded to that so that we can then tell stories around how they're using NFTs. Amplifying innovative uses of Rally's platform by offering rewards to creators. We're investing in a lot of various different product and network marketing initiatives so that people can get educated around all of the new and exciting things that the project is working on and developing. And then one of the things that's coming out in August is a developer demo day. And so there'll be more information about that in the Discord. But one of the things that we've also recognized is that we have a very vibrant, robust, and excited developer ecosystem. And so it's really important for us to elevate those folks who are building on top of Rally's API and creating cool use cases for creators to better leverage their creator coins. So we want to build a cadence of getting those developers in front of creators and demoing the cool product they're building. So we go to the next slide. So one of the things that we also recognized was we need to develop an approach to events. And I mentioned when I first outlined the budget for the rest of the year that we wanted to develop a steady stream of owned events. And I just want to be transparent that we deprioritized this for Q2 for a couple of reasons. One, we wanted to build the brand foundation first so that what we were saying in these events really aligned to our brand foundation. And secondly, we also recognized that we really needed to sort of land all these other work streams to have a foundation for bringing creators in the front door and like sort of blowing up the top of the funnel. And so we haven't prioritized owned events as of just yet, but we will be doing that going forward as we flesh out the comms plan. And then we also recognize that we wanted the opportunity to participate in key industry events. So Rally was represented at Consensus, Andreessen's NFT Summit, Winter Music Conference, Battery Ventures FinTech Endgame virtual event. And there was really a concerted effort to raise awareness of Rally in a variety of different events that appealed to both creators as well as crypto enthusiasts as well as fans. So if we go to the next slide. So we're scaling up community engagement and education. Jason has been up to a lot of really great work, and Phelps and Sol. There's been a lot of work to produce interviews with creator community, featuring exemplary use cases and ideas for building and thriving in an economy. We've been rebuilding the creator onboarding education meetings so that creators are getting all the information they need in order to stand up their economies with really great use cases and prepare for launch. And we've also been publishing educational content that will eventually be embedded into the creator onboarding flow and lifecycle marketing. So the community team has been doing a lot to get education out in the hands of creators. So if we go to the next slide. And then, as I mentioned, we were really doing a great job in Q1 around our PR and media placements, but we did an even greater job in Q2 of 2021. So Rally.io received 664 media mentions, which was up from 166 unique media placements in Q1. And the estimated advertising value, so the number of people this got in front of based on these placements, was valued at about 13 million. We would have had to spend 13 million in marketing dollars in order to get that level of exposure for Rally. So that's a huge win from our comms standpoint. The total readership of the placements across all the publications combined to 1.4 billion people. So the readers of all these various different outlets combines to about 1.4 billion people who might have seen one of these placements. And so we had multiple appearances in Forbes, CoinDesk, The Today Show, Fast Company, Adweek, Real Vision Podcast, The Information, Your EDM, and many more. But you can see that we're amplifying and bringing crypto and creator coin into the mainstream, getting mentioned in Fast Company, The Today Show, Forbes, and really trying to appeal to an audience who may not know about crypto or may not necessarily understand creator coins. And then on social media, our Twitter account acquired 3,000 new followers in Q2, which was a 224% increase. So we're also growing our exposure on our social media channels. So if you go to the next slide. And then finally, or I don't think this is finally, but we've been investing in creator success. The Rally team brought on Stephanie Pereira as our VP of Creator Success, and she presented a couple weeks ago to the community. And the goals of the Creator Success team are to empower Rally creators in the broader Rally ecosystem with insights, tools, and resources necessary to launch, sustain, and grow vibrant economies, and also to build and support a rich intersectional community where all participants feel a sense of ownership and belonging. And then finally, prioritize the developer community with opportunities for highlighting and rewarding great use cases. And I read each of those bullets explicitly because Stephanie has been very thoughtful about what the path for creator success means at a decentralized project like Rally, and how do we engage all these various different communities who are excited about learning more about Rally. And then finally, we are expanding internationally. And so stay tuned for more updates there. I don't want to jump the shark on some of those exciting announcements. I think that might be, oh no, I've got a slide about budget. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, so as I outlined in at the beginning of Q2, we had a budget for all these various different initiatives that we wanted to invest in. And the total budget for the rest of 2021 was $9 million. And to date, over Q2, we spent about $2.7 million. And this was across brand marketing, marketing campaigns, content marketing, event marketing, those talent agency and ambassador partnerships, PR and media relations, tools and infrastructure like the CRM and marketing automation tools. And then there are just some other activities that we budgeted for as things came up throughout the course of the year. So we still have a significant budget to continue to invest and go to market. And as I mentioned, a lot of this initial budget was spent on building the foundation of the campaigns that will run going into the second half of the year. But one of the big expenditures was in the marketing campaigns bucket. We have to prepay for a lot of the various different production of content and sort of the supporting infrastructure in order to initiate these campaigns. So that's why you see that bucket, that line item is so large, but over time it'll actually shift into some of the other buckets as we actually initiate these campaigns. So all's good on the marketing front, both from a budget standpoint and all the great work that's been done over the past quarter. So thanks for listening. And I realized that was a long and lengthy conversation. So happy to take any questions at the end.
Thank you, Bibner. That was great. Awesome. So we have a very special creator or creator couple actually on Rally. I want to kick it over to Naomi and Mar, and I want to give a real quick introduction to them. You guys go and take it away. I know we have a video to show you guys, something very exciting that they sent around to us. But Naomi and Mar, please introduce yourselves before we show your video.
Hey guys, so first of all, thank you, Grant, for having us here. We're super grateful to be here and to show this video with everyone. And yeah, so our name is Naomi and Mar, and if you don't know us, we have a YouTube channel and we sort of do alternative travel where we follow our curiosities to sort of visit local communities, isolated remote places, and sort of the less touristy average sort of travel you'd get. And so that is our deepest curiosity. And so Whilst doing that, we found Rally along our YouTube channel and really resonated with the vision of Rally, and we wanted to adjust to something new and thought it was perfect for us. And so we joined Rally in Q1 of this year, and it's been quite an incredible journey. Like one of them leading to this video that you're about to see a small part of.
Very exciting. Yeah, I love the content you guys post. And I mean, I'll let the video speak for itself, but it is very touching for everyone that has been following the Rally project for quite some time. We've always thought about the interesting use cases, but when it touches, you know, people out in the world, right around the world, it is something very special. So Joe, let's go ahead and play this video, and then we can get to a little Q&A with Naomi and Mar.
Gracias, también.
You can see how grateful they are. They're like, all they have is potatoes. So you see how grateful they are just to receive like carrots and onions, like simple stuff, you know?
Para ustedes, presente
2,000 soles.
2,000.
He's checking to see if it's real.
I think they can't believe it. They're like counting.
He can't believe it. He's like looking at the bill. He's like, is this real? Right now he's like counting his money.
Gracias. Gracias. Gracias también. Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Por nada, por nada. Gracias para ti.
Gracias, Dios, porque eres sunki.
Awesome. A little bit of a freeze on Mar's face. There we go. But very exciting. I mean, I think it's very special. And so Naomi and Mar, please tell us about that. I mean, tell us about your journey over to Peru, and tell us where you guys, you know, first had the idea. I know that is something that we talked about in Q1, but tell us about how you implemented that and what it means to you guys.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy because at first when we joined Rally and onboarded, we weren't exactly sure how to integrate Rally into our creator economy because we already were on Patreon and we didn't have Discord yet, but we were open to it. And so we started a Discord literally just to integrate Rally for an easier use case. And because we're already interested in crypto, we sort of created a members tier where people could only access that with Rally reward, having a certain amount of WoW coin. And so from that, we actually got to meet more of the Rally community. And that's how we eventually met Alex. His username is, I think, Sneaky Ike on Discord, and then Mason, who is the partner of Ali. And so as we were going on our travels, we started becoming more and more engaged with Rally as well, because we realized the potential of it was so high and that we could actually integrate it way more than we expected. And so when we actually visited this tribe, we first thought, okay, for the amount of likes, we would give back a certain amount. And we were actually using our Rally rewards to do so. And then talking to, big shout out thanks to Mason and Alex, who actually then sort of bridged the gap for us. And we're like, you could be using your Rally rewards. And we were like, actually, that's what we did. And they're like, well, you could actually use a certain percentage of your rewards to actually donate intentionally to communities whilst you travel. And so our intention with that is, whilst we're growing our channel, to also bring awareness to Rally and our coin, which is We Are One Coin. And so by doing that, we actually get to give back to all the communities that we're visiting on the way. And this is something we never could have even imagined. It's like a sort of a blessing that came along with the journey, and just being open to that transformation. And now we're able to like literally experience the impact that our coin has on these people. And that's been, yeah, not only touching for you, but for us too, and really feeling that. And so we're really excited because we want to definitely work more on that and share that with more communities, people in need, people that sort of have dreams but can't really actualize it, and sort of provide tools with WowCoin. And so that's our vision.
I love it. I love it. So we are in July, right? You guys are in New York. You guys are traveling all the time. What's next, right? What throughout the year, what are some of the other use cases? What can you tell? There are some creators actually in here right now. What do you have to say to them? Any ideas that you guys want to collaborate on using Rally rewards, giving back? What is your guys' vision for the next, 6 months maybe?
So yeah, we love actually to live different lives and different perspectives. Like, we've traveled all over the world, and that's our favorite thing to do, because our belief system is like we could have been born into any life circumstance. So like traveling and like really immersively experiencing their life is a good way to just always humble ourselves. So we have ideas to like live like really like homeless or poor income one day. Just like you see them on the streets, but like you don't really like, some people don't really look at them. We don't really look at them sometimes. So like really putting ourselves into like people's situations really help us like empathize with them. And like also we're super interested in like finance, which is what we got into crypto for. And we have an idea to like see if we can like pay for like regular everyday things with our rally rewards or with our coin, because like all money is like a belief system. So maybe we can, I think one day actually there already is like Dash and Bitcoin and like Bitcoin Cash where you can pay with cryptocurrency. So like we're super interested in finance, like actually taking crypto into the real world. So we're going to be using some more crypto to like try to pay for things in New York City and like all over the US. So we have tons of creative ideas in the US. We're glad to be back. Haven't been back in a year. This is Naomi's actually first time in the US. She was quite surprised to see like all the homeless people because she's from Singapore and like
and being homeless there is illegal.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like every time I see someone on the streets, I'm like, you don't belong.
Like
I don't know how to feel.
There's like a homeless man on the ground. She's like sitting there like, why is no one caring about this person? So it's kind of like a culture shock for her. And like, I'm excited for our upcoming tour in the US. And if any of you guys in this chat or in New York or anywhere around the East Coast, we'd love to meet up. We always love to connect and network with people and rally. We'll be heading over to LA soon. So I'm sure we'll see some of you guys soon. So looking forward to connecting. We love connecting.
Yeah. And I would say that mainly for now, it is really seeing the real life impact that our coin has on the communities that we're visiting. So that's our intention and vision for this year specifically, to grow that, to actually give them to the people we meet in our videos on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. And so eventually though, like our long-term vision is if when we have our merch, that we want it to run through Rally and through our coin. And eventually, like, let's hope this works out if sponsorships are open to it, but we would eventually want to have our brand deals run straight through our coin.
Yeah, everything. Like this is basically our economy. And I know like right now it's not possible with Rally, but we're in this long term where like there's no Shopify. We've heard of Shopify integrations coming soon, but like we're in this long term and we can't wait to integrate like pretty much everything because we don't really believe in the fiat system. So we're like, we're gonna be along the ride with Rally and like we're gonna make this our economy.
And sort of showing how it's possible to convert it into real life. And then from that, the collaborations through sponsorships or brand deals can actually see, oh, it is kind of tangible. Like you do have an actual way of taking it out and doing something with it. And so like just being already confident with what we're doing right now, for example, this video, the tribe we visited and donated to. And so that would show the more tangible side of crypto. And that's how we intend to show it.
So if brands want to work with us, you got to pay us in a while.
You know what's funny, and I want to call something out that's just, you know, it's just making me laugh right now as I'm talking to you guys. For anyone in here, and I'm going to give a little insight to Naomi and Amar and our relationship. I brought Naomi and Amar on the Rally, like she said in quarter one, but this conversation was much different, if you guys remember. And the conversation was very much, what are we going to do with this coin? And we have Patreon, and we don't know what we want to do. And now, if you just look at the conversation, completely has shifted to where Naomi and Amar are they're just flowing with the abundance of use cases, right? It's so exciting. And look, I'm so proud of you guys. It's very nice to talk to you guys. I love talking to you guys all the time. You guys always bring me to high spirits. So for everyone in the community, where can they find you at? I know that, you know, Brian, it looked like he's actually going to be in New York. So Brian's going to be there. Where can they find you at? Socials, give us the plugs.
Yeah, so our YouTube is just Naomi and Mar. You'll find us there very easily. It's actually all socials, Twitter, Instagram.
All of our links are on our Rally page. I'm sure everyone here is familiar with the Rally page.
Head over to the Rally page. Awesome.
At the very bottom.
Exactly. There you go. Well, thank you guys. We appreciate you guys. I just wanted to bring you guys on, give you guys a platform. So again, thank you. And everyone go shoot them a follow, go check out their content, go check out the WoW coin. But awesome. Thank you guys. So we're going to go ahead and send it over to Mike for KPIs and network updates.
All right. So it's a relatively steady week on the sidechain. You know, we've had a decent jump in the amount of rally back in Creator Coins. I think last time we met 2 weeks ago, this was around 23 million rally backing Creator Coins. So it's nice to jump up to 27 million rally behind the Creator Coins. $62,000 worth of rally bridged in, 460 bridged out. Yeah, a little bit lower on the average daily volume this week, around $470,000 worth of average daily volume. You know, almost 15,000 total coin holders. I decided to also check out how many of our accounts hold more than one coin. So about 2,000 accounts hold more than one coin, which generally implies that we actually have a decent number of folks who are viewing Rally as actual fans of their creators versus in a little bit more of a financial aspect where they may be looking at holding more than one coin. It was also interesting to look at the amount of money coming in and out of coins. So $40,000 of actual buys here being via credit card or Coinbase Commerce, and then 1.7 million converts in versus 1.3 million converts out. And then as we started doing last time, starting to look into actual money that's going to creators' pockets from direct donations through commerce like campaign system or other means of donation, as well as from the exit fees. And again, another significant chunk, almost half of the money going to creators is coming from these exit fees. So if we go to the next slide, also wanted to look a little bit more into some of the coins activity this past week. So here listed out the top 10 coins in terms of dollar volume, in terms of number of transactions, as well as in terms of dollar value flowing in, dollar value flowing out of the coins. So we can pause on this slide for a bit, let people kind of digest some of the names here. Some of the ones you probably wouldn't be too surprised at. Trust Coin being a new coin that launched recently, had a bunch of activity as new coins generally have. You'll see JS up here quite a bit. She's on the her coin's on the higher end of the rewards these days, and so people are definitely recognizing that and having collateral sit inside that coin. And then you know, a decent smattering of other coins around here. You know, so just wanted to put these names up for people to take a look at. And I think that's all the slides I've got.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you, Mike. Before we get into Q&A, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and start typing your questions out, please feel free to do. But if you guys have any questions for Naomi and Mar, for Mike, for Brimner, anybody that spoke today, please feel free to go ahead and hit in the chat. I'm just going to give a real quick shout out to Cloud9 Mango, one of the Rally creators on our platform of the Mango coin. He had a massive win on the 11th edition of the Smash Summit just this past couple weeks ago, which was crazy. He took home $46,000 in the Smash Summit, which is great. So you can actually get some one-on-one coaching time with Mango. He's the GOAT right now, so really exciting. And shout out to Rob for plugging that. But congratulations to Cloud9 Mango on his big win. Naomi Amar, is there a marketing plan for Rally's Instagram?
Yeah, so thanks for the question. And that's actually something that we're working through with the comm strategy and the various different channels that we want to stand up. Going into Q3, we actually are going to stand up our Instagram channel. And one of the things that we want to do is highlight really great use cases and exciting you know, content and initiatives that people are doing with their Rally coin. So I'm sure that we'll be in touch in the near future based on your inspiring story that you just shared. But yeah, we want Instagram to be more of a storytelling channel for Rally so that we can pair with creators and amplify the work that you're doing, but then also figure out ways to highlight that work to then educate others who might be sort of just curious around you know, what Rally is all about and how the creator coins work. So more to come there, but hopefully standing that up within the next month or so. Yeah,
Brian had a really good comment in here, another creator on the platform. Love to see Instagram takeovers by creators. I agree. That'd be super inspiring. Even like Naomi and Mar posting their, you know, stories or going on live, right? Going on their vacations, or not vacations rather, but traveling the world and showing their progress. Not vacations, definitely not. Metaphorical. Brimner has a question, or for Brimner, studio for creators. What types of services would they offer to start for existing and new creators?
Yeah, so still in development, but one of the things that we've identified is that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to really map out the use cases that are going to drive an effective economy. And, you know, we have a few sort of plug and play use cases for creators, like the Discord integration, some of the really great, you know, developer tools that have been built by various different folks within the developer community. But we also recognize that each creator is different, and they want to identify various different use cases that are very distinct to their audience. So the studio would be helping build out and create some of those use cases on behalf of creators. They would also be building the marketing plan to the fans, you know, so that they can say, here's how I'm using my creator coin, here's how it's going to benefit you as the fans, here's all the various different use cases that you can engage with, because there's been a bit of friction in some of the conversations on, I don't know what use cases to offer. I know my audience really well, but I need somebody to translate that for me. And then secondly, I need somebody else to help translate the marketing of how this is going to land with my community. And also do that on an ongoing basis, because we recognize that there's a ton of work on an ongoing basis to continue to fuel the economy. Right now, the services that this studio would be offering are predominantly for new creators, but I'm sure that they would be open to exploring existing creators and, jumping in and sort of auditing what's going on and figuring out whether there's opportunities for additional use cases, growth, or marketing. We're still in the conversations around what the business model might look like for this studio. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes to get this dialed in, but going to be excited to announce what that looks like I don't have a timeline for it, but in the next few months. But good question. And if there are services that you would look to a studio to help provide, happy to hear those, and I can feed those along to the studio.
Awesome. Thank you, Brenner. Shout out to Metaphorical and Brian again. Mason, the man of the hour, right? For Naomi and Mar, have you thought about working crypto education for some of these communities in your content, or even outside of the content? If any of them have access to cell phones, it could be hugely beneficial for them to learn about apps that help them adopt crypto, especially after seeing what is happening in third world countries like El Salvador, and the help crypto has been for them.
Yeah, so us and Grant were just talking about this the other day, about how some of these places don't even have Wi-Fi or devices in the first place. And even like in first world countries like the US, they have access to this, but they don't have the crypto education. So I think firsthand, we need to like give them some like devices with our rally rewards and like give them a Wi-Fi connection before we talk about giving them crypto education, because most of the population in the US doesn't even have crypto education in the first place. So like, yeah, me and Grant were just talking about this, how like the first thing, like what changed my life, what changed Grant's life, just a device and an internet connection. And I'm going to be brainstorming with Grant and like with Naomi about like how we can be, we think that's the most important thing, is just like Wi-Fi and internet, because that changed my life. I grew up from like a very humble background. And so, yeah, it's just like, yeah.
But there is something about that though that we have thought about, which was actually maybe possibly creating like an introduction video into WoW Coin and crypto, where we specifically talk just about crypto in a video on our YouTube channel and socials. And so we have talked about it, but we haven't actually gone too deep into it. That's something we definitely, if there's like a creator success manager or something like that, where it's sort of like more education for the audience as well, we'd be super down to be creating videos about that. And yeah, like definitely going deeper into that. So thank you for the reminder.
So that's something we're interested in, like sharing, like that's what the crypto space needs. All it needs is education and people to like spread that along. And like shit, we're still educating ourselves. So like we're not even ready we'll do it as we go along, but like everyone's still educating themselves in the space. It's super new. And so we're definitely interested in like sharing that, because that's what's going to push the space forward, is like education.
I love that. No, 100%. And Mason's the guy, me, you and Mason can definitely talk about that as a group. And I think there's something that we can definitely work on. That's exciting. Brian, what can we as creators do to help the go-to-market plans regarding the sharing of content or creating content where there's a current gap?
Yeah, this is a great question. And it actually dovetails nicely off of what Naomi and Mar were just sharing about, building this content to educate their community. We are right now building out the calendar for Q3 around all the various different pieces of content that need to be created in order to fill those education gaps. And one of the core tenets of the comm strategy, which I haven't had a chance to share with the community yet, is that this should be creator-led, and that it shouldn't necessarily be like behind the scenes, Rally, the company, working on this content and then pushing it out, but rather partnering with creators to produce this content. And speaking about crypto and the various different gaps in education in their own words, because obviously that would resonate with their audience, and it would also resonate with other creators who are probably thinking about this in the same way. So again, I think a lot of this will come out as we release what that comm strategy looks like, look at the calendar, and then also start slotting in various different creators within the community who would love to participate in helping create that content with us. So Brian, yeah, really great question. And I think we're thinking in the same vein of how we can ignite the community to fill these gaps where we need content to educate folks. So
awesome. Brian bringing the heat today for Brunner. Love it. Great questions. Awesome. Well, guys, we are about out of time. Great call. Thank you again to Naomi Omar. Thank you, Brunner. Thank you, Mike. Miguel with a great Coinbase Coinlist updates. Thank you guys. Everyone in the community, thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thank you guys.